Hey guys, Marvion here, and today's video is going to be a guide on how to beat Hunter teams, mainly Junglecleave and Ret Hunter. The first game is going to be against a Junglecleave with Holy Paladin. So yeah, let's get started. Now, they're going to open on me because my mate is invisibility, but they're gonna swap onto him once he shows up. Our primary Q target is going to be the Hunter, but you can also swap onto the Pharaoh. Now we get the deterrence out of the Hunter, and we're gonna swap briefly on the Pharaoh. I put Flame Shock onto him, so I can get more Lava Burst procs, and I keep going a bit on him. And I bring him down to 30%, and we get Barskin out of him. Now, the mage is going back into the box and putting a Ring of Frost there, so neither the Hunter pet nor the Pharaoh can get in there. One of the mistakes we did is that our priest is in the middle and he's getting CC'd, and instead of going back, he runs in for a Furor on the Pally. Now we're gonna try to go a bit offensive, so my mage gets defreeze on the Hunter, but he bestial rots it instantly, and I get stunned from the Pharaoh, so we can't really get any pressure on. Now, another mistake that we are making is that our priest is standing in the middle, so he's very vulnerable to CC. And since I'm far away from him and I don't have a grounding, he gets in a full trap and he's forced to trinket it. Now, we forced a bubble from the Pharaoh, so he is now a viable kill target.
He's a bubble. I'm second full. Put the healing tide, please. Healing tide.
I already put it down.
Okay.
I'm gonna do some damage to the Pharaoh.
So the crucial mistake the other team did is, the Pally and the Hunter went back, tried to play defensively, and the Pharaoh tried to stay offensive. So my mage gets a defreeze on him, and I cast an Elemental Blast. After that I cast a Lava Burst and I get a Lava Burst proc. So we basically one-shot him, and with that we win the game.
Come back.
You're
fine. Yeah, it's fine. Disorient, scatter, ground please. Thank you. Perfect. I'm stunned.
Thank you. Perfect. Please come again.
Now, as you can see, they've done more damage than us, they had more pressure the entire game, but because of one mistake, they lost the game. Now, the second game is against another Junglecleave, but this time with Disc Priest. And this is a bit worse because they have more CC due to the Fears, and they also have Spirit Shells, which can be a pain in the ass at the start. So again, our primary Q target is going to be the Hunter, and I rush in hopes that they open on me. And they actually do, which is kind of a mistake on their part. But our mage is still in invisibility. Our priest puts up a Psyfiend, and we try to go a bit hard on the Hunter with a deep freeze from our mage. We get pain suppression out of them, but the Hunter pops Stampede, so I'm running back a bit. And they're gonna try to get a trap on our priest. I put down a grounding, but because most good Hunters will kill the grounding, or the Pharaoh can just kill it with Fairy Fire, I run on top of him just in case, and the grounding saved it. Now we keep going on to the Hunter, and I'm doing chain whitenings to get some procs of Fulmination, and as we're trying to stay offensive, I also pop Ascendance. Our priest gets a triple fear, and we get the trinket out of the Hunter, so now he's vulnerable to deep freeze. I keep doing damage to the Hunter, and I bring him down to 10%, and I also get his first deterrence. Now I'm gonna swap onto the Pharaoh, who's also trying to stay offensive, and my mage gets deep freeze on him, but he still has his trinket and his dispersion, so he's not really a viable key target. So we're gonna swap back onto the Hunter.
I'm on the Hunter.
I'm here, Tremor.
Trying.
I'm siphoning.
I'm popping damage. Alter time is up.
Who? Right now the Hunter tried to get a trap, and our mage is pretty low. I put down a grounding, but it was too late, but just in case I run on top of the priest and I get the trap. So right now our mage is gonna block, and I'm gonna get dispelled out of this trap. And I'm gonna do pretty much a one-shot macro. I'm gonna do Elemental Blast lava burst and 7 stacks of fulmination, and if the hunter doesn't deter, he's basically dead. And also my mage got out of his block and he defreezed him, so he can't use his second deterrence, and that's how we get a kill. A mistake that we made is that when our priest was getting CC'd at the end, instead of running back, the mage stayed in the middle, so he had to use one of his blocks, which could have been avoided if he just went behind the pillar.
Thing.
I'm popping damage. Alter chime missile.
Who?
Hunter.
He's not grounded. Grounded.
I'm taking damage, blocking.
Yeah.
I have damage now on the hunter. A lot of damage.
Me too. He's dead.
Cyclone, Cyclone.
He's dead.
Go back. Okay, nice.
Okay, so this next game is going to be against Ret Hunter, which is a really dangerous setup, mainly because of the Red's burst and the amount of CC they put out. So if they start bursting, start kiting them around, get some CC on the Ret, get some CC on the Stampede, and you should be fine. Here we are making the first mistake of the game. Right now they're popping cooldowns, and as you can see, the mage is standing in the open, the priest is getting chain CC'd, and instead of doing damage, I'm off healing. Even though the mage forces a pain suppression out of the other team, they also force a pain suppression out of us, and they almost force a block. And also they force me to stop doing damage and start healing. Keep in mind that your heals suck, so keep Flame Shock on 2 targets so you get more Lava Burst procs, and if you do get a Lava Burst proc, do it before you start healing. Right now you will see me doing the exact same thing. I'm doing 2 heals, I usually have a Lava Burst proc, so I'll do it before I do the other 2 heals. So right now we're gonna try to get offensive. We got a fear on the hunter, we got a fear on his pet, we got a full ship on the Ret, and a full fear, and we got a full fear on the priest. So I'm gonna pop Ascendance and try to do as much damage as possible. And as you can see, we force the first deterrence out of the hunter, so I'm just gonna swap over to the Ret. My mage spell locks the priest and ships him, and he forces the second deterrence out of the hunter, and I force the bubble out of the Ret. So now, because the Ret's in a bubble and the hunter has no more deterrences, our priest is gonna get a fear on their priest. I'm gonna use my NS to do an elemental blast, the mage is gonna defreeze the hunter, and even though he bestial rats it, we will manage to get a kill. Keep in mind that if you're against those setups or PhD or any setup with a hunter, you will have to kill his pet. A hunter without a pet is a very weak target, and the other team is just gonna use their CC and their damage and everything to stop you from stopping the hunter from getting his pet. So keep that in mind, and as an elemental shaman, you can pretty much global the pet, so don't worry about that. And if you're playing with a lock or a mage, they can just dot up the pet and you can just lava burst it whenever you can. Also, if a Ret or a hunter or a pharaoh is popping cooldowns on you, just hoe ass, just go hide somewhere, don't stand in the middle, get your healer to come with you because you don't want him standing in the open and getting CC chained. So yeah, if you guys enjoyed the video, don't forget to throw it a like and a favorite. Also, if you want to see more videos like that, you can go subscribe to my channel. Right now I'm working on a 100 subscriber montage, and so far it's looking pretty good. I don't know if I'll have finished it by the time I get 100 subscribers. Let's hope I will have, but I'm putting a lot of work into it and I hope it turns out good. So yeah, that's it for this video, so see you guys next time.